I mean, you have 7 kids too? Oh, we're being live streamed. What's up? Hi, everybody. Okay, so we're being live streamed. We've got some
We
really
are
good, there we go.
good to go. I'm still working on the computer getting up, but if everybody's joining us right now, you mind, Samantha? I'll kick it off and kick it right to you, and then we're going to follow up with what I was going to say.
Oh, okay.
Is it you good with that? Or you want me to start?
Whatever you want. I'm good with all the things.
Well, I don't want to. I know you're very strategic, and I don't want to mess up your plan.
I love you. No, it's okay. I can do whenever. I'm good.
Okay.
I've got a lot of good stuff to share. I don't want to
Yes,
mess up your plan.
Well, I don't. I have to. I have to. Yes, I have a really. I mean, I have a lot of energy, y'all. Hey, y'all. My name is Dustin Schaefer. If you're joining us, or if you're watching this as a replay, this is going to be. This is kind of a kickoff Zoom for 2023, and this is big. Now we in speaker view, Samantha, just so we can make the view look kind of good. But here's the deal: is we have a lot of energy. Samantha's going to take you through. And if you guys don't know Samantha, I can't wait to introduce her to you. She's somebody that when we first met, apparently she didn't like me very much. She said, I don't like that guy. And the reason why is Samantha is very determined, very structured, and very, and not necessarily red personality, but very like when she's focused on where she wants to go, she's going there. And if you interfere with that path, it's like it's a ruffle, and that's a muscle she's built because she wanted to grow even bigger. And sometimes you need people to inspire you, to challenge you, to push you. And we always talk about this AQ, EQ, meaning emotional quotient. So if somebody challenges you, are you letting it get to your emotions, or are you taking it in because it might be the right thing for you? But it's just they're doing it maybe because they're an ass, or they're doing it because maybe they really think that there's a way that you can even get better. And so, so what I respect most about Samantha is that even though we butt heads quite a few times, but that's the strength of what we have, is because she has a skill set that I don't have, and I have a skill set she doesn't have. We have them, but they're not our strengths, if that makes sense. And so today, I really want us to think about, what, and I contribute this to a lot of the leaders that I get to work with. It's like, if you reflect back for a second on 2022 and you look ahead on 2023, if you're sitting on your couch right now and it's 2023, December, whatever, 29th, December 29th, 2023, what's different? How does it feel to be the difference that you are? Can you sit on your couch? And that's gonna be my one challenge for you guys, is if you sat on your couch right now and everything that you set to stage, the goals, the plan, the intentions of 2023, what's going to be different and how are you going to feel? Like I can see it right now. If I look in and I shut my eyes and I see legend Dustin Schaefer on the stage, I can feel it. Like right now, I can just sense it in my energy, right? I've been building this muscle. This wasn't something I could do 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I had to practice what it felt like to achieve in the future. And so as you're setting your goals, that's my one little challenge, but I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to let Samantha take you through some goal aspects. And she has a really good training for the end of the month to start out the new year. It could be a better timing. And then I'm going to wrap up with something that I'm very passionate about, something that I am very passionate about. And if you want to get fired up, I'm going to get you flat out fired up. And I wanted to do that after Samantha, but I want you to take really good notes with Samantha, because the reason why is that I think I'm going to get you thinking so much that I don't think you're going to hear necessarily what she might say. And her stuff is too valuable not to take notes on and not to put into action. Okay. But I'm super passionate about what we're going to talk about at the end here, because if you understand what I'm going to talk about at the end, your life will change forever, and prove it. Your business is going to be different than you've ever could even imagine it to be. So dream big, the bold. What is it? What is Joseph saying? Future favors the bold, or something like that. And so I want you all to take a minute, give Samantha a big shout out. YouTube right now, if you guys are on, or if you're watching the replay, give us some comments, let us know, and give us your feedback as we go through this. So Samantha, the floor is yours. Dream big, be bold. I forget. Bold and mighty forces will come. I don't know what he says either. But anyway, Samantha, it's on you.
I don't know what he says either. But wow, what an introduction. Hopefully I can live up to all these expectations. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Dustin. I'm really excited to share this stuff with you. I've actually been working on a lot of the stuff that I'm going to share with you guys all month long. This is part of my daily routine, my monthly routine, my yearly routine. So like Dustin said, this is definitely a perfect time. Could not be any better So I just want to start. Oh, Dustin is the host right now. I don't know what happened. Okay. Speaker view. I see someone else's face. I see Ricky. I'm gonna pin my video because there we go. Okay, that'll throw me off. Oh, there's me, big. All right, so someone else co-host. I see all these notifications. Boom. All right, thank you, Cameron. I think I made you co-host or someone. All right, so let's talk about goal setting. Let's talk about goal setting. Right now it is December 29th. All right, it's December 29th, and we're coming up on the end of the year. We're coming up on a really, really important time of the year. And if you guys don't already do something like this, let this be the first year that you do this. And the only, like, everything in the past is just like, oh, I used to not do this. And in 2022, in December 29th, I learned something that's amazing and I started doing this. And every single year it got better and better. So if I have your commitment to take what you learn and start implementing it every single year, drop a 1 in the comments, please, because I want to see who here is actually serious about building their dream life, building and manifesting and creating their future, setting a plan and putting things to action, taking the things that you learned from the year before and identifying what you can learn from it, what you can leave in the past, what no longer serves you that stays back there, but then identify the things that do serve you that you are bringing forward into the future. Drop a 1. Okay, good, good, good. I see all the ones. Good. See, ones make me happy. I'm just making sure you guys are alive still. All right. So I'm going to give you guys an overview of what I do and why I do it and how I do it and really what the purpose is first. I'm going to lay it down and tell you every single thing that you're going to need. So you're going to walk away from this Zoom fully equipped, ready to go with a plan, ready to take action. Okay. So what I do to start is I spend every single December, whether it be times throughout the month, a 2-week period, a 1-week period, excuse me. And I focus on reviewing my year. And I'm not going to give you a whole training on how to review your year, but I am going to give you a couple little bullet points to get your wheels turning and how to start thinking about it. What I do is I actually go through my photo album, and this all has to do with goal setting. I go through my photo album on my phone and I start with January of the year of 2022. And I start making a list, and then I just start writing down the things that I accomplished, my big wins, the things that I've learned, things that I loved, celebrations, things that I'm taking away, things that I learned not to do, things that I learned to do. And I use my photo album because I'm a visual learner, I guess. I love being able to go back and kind of relive the moments to remind myself all the things that I actually did and accomplished in the year before. And this plays a huge role in my goal setting for next year. So I'll tell you why. 80% of resolutions fail by February. 80% of people who set resolutions, and personally, I don't even like the word resolutions. I don't use it, but I'm going to use it because it's a commonly used term. 80% of resolutions, like the idea, the intentions, the decision, right? Like you can decide. A resolution is like that decision, that determining fact, like I'm going to do it, right? But unless you take action on it, it's just a resolution. It's just a decision to say, I want to do this. I desire it, right? So 80% of those desires and resolutions fail by February. So drop a 2 in the chat if you're going to be part of that percentage, that 20% whose resolutions don't fail in February. Okay, drop a 2 in the chat. Carrie Clark is like 2. Cameron Moss 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, right? Everybody on this Zoom should be popping 2s right now. Okay. I want you guys to leave this Zoom setting goals that you're willing to fight for every single day. Okay. I want you to get complete with last year. I want you to look back and take this time. Like you could do it on the 29th, you could do it on the 30th, you could do it all weekend long, you could do it on the 1st, but do it soon and take this time to review your year. Identify what you did, what you experienced, what you learned, celebrate it, love it, live in it, embrace it, leave behind the things that don't serve you, and identify what you are going to take moving forward. Most people immediately get into goal setting when it comes to the first of the year, and they don't take their time to review their year. They don't take their time to go back and do these things. They don't take their time to identify these learnings. Okay. So get complete with the previous year. Do not project your past into your future. It is not recommended that you project your past into your future. And this is going to be life-changing for everyone who actually does this. Okay. I want you guys to have a prosperity mindset. And prosperity mindset means that you're always thinking about what's possible for the future. You're always thinking about if you make decisions right now based on your present circumstances, you're just remaking decisions from the past. I want you to make decisions based on your future. And that's why it's so important to have that vision for the future, to have that crystal clear vision of what your future looks like and the future that you're creating looks like. Okay. Because the sum total of all of your conscious and unconscious thoughts and emotions are going to be brought into the future with you. They will. Unless you gain control of those conscious thoughts, we can't control our unconscious mind. I mean, we can to an extent, but we want to take all of our beliefs and emotions and everything in a positive way into the future. So again, what I do moving into my next year is I take my biggest wins, my biggest learnings, and then I create my big goals for the next year. Okay. So my big wins, if you want to, make a list, I do it on a note. I do it on like a never ending note. Like I said, I go through January, February, March, April, May. I write down the things, and then I really start to get intentional. I'm like, all right, what are my biggest wins from last year? I like to narrow it down to about 12, right? If I could do like 1 win a month, you don't have to do a certain number. You could do 3, you could do 1, you can do 10, do what works best for you based on the place that you're at in your mindset and your business and whatever it is that you're looking to do. And then identify your biggest learnings. You can ask yourself, what is there to learn from this situation that I was in? What can I learn about what I do and don't want if I were in this situation again, moving forward in the future? Because an experience is just an experience until you detach emotionally from it. And that's when it then turns into wisdom. That's when you then learn something from it. If you're emotionally attached to any situation, that should be your first indicator to say there's something to learn here. If you feel some type of trigger or emotion, that should be your time to say, ooh, there's something to learn here. Because the second you learn it and you're able to detach emotionally and say, okay, cool, this is what I learned. I'm not going to do this again, or I am going to do this better or whatever. And then you take it in, like you leave all of the other stuff in the past. You just take your learnings into the future. So I sit there and I really loathe in that. And I figure out what I learned because I don't want to take anything from my past into my future, right? I want to create my future based on what I have learned from my past. And remember what I said, most people go straight into goal setting without actually learning from their past. So you're taking your past into your future every time you set new goals without actually reviewing what you've just accomplished or experienced. Okay, drop a 3 if that makes sense. Drop a 3 if you're like,
can I unpack that with you just for 10 seconds?
Sure.
That was absolutely brilliant. I love it. A couple things I would love for people just to take a second on, because I know that when I started 12 years ago setting goals and like really intentionally trying to put this thing all together, I would have found in just think about this. If you have a lot of things you learned, I love that you said learns, not failures or not mistakes. I love that you use the word learning, right? Because when things don't work out our way, we're learning from it. And we learn from good things too, right? But you tend to learn a little bit more from things that didn't work out as you intended. So I love that you did that. But if you're a person right now that has a lot of things that you learned and you have a harder time finding the wins, is anybody out there like that? Whether you're like, I can't find the wins. I see Bobby, I see you shaking your hand, shaking your head. Really quick, let me just look. How many people out there are kind of like, I can't find the wins, but I have a lot of things I learned. Okay. So Samantha, I know that in itself is a perspective to take when you're taking this future into the future, is like you're pretty damn hard on yourself, y'all. Like, right now, when you get a big team, people go through lives. We have people that are constantly going through life and different things, and it puts it in perspective, right? The fact, a big win is that you're standing straight up. A big win is that you can walk. A big win that you didn't quit. So I want you to think about, when you think about winning, is there's so many factors that come into the concept of winning. So make sure you define what that means to you. But then also hold yourself to a standard that you want to hold yourself to. Okay. So I just wanted to take a second, Samantha, and kind of put that in perspective, because I know sometimes people go to I learned so many things and they didn't find that sense of gratitude of what they did do. If you're here, y'all, if you're here right now, I can tell you, I have a champ that she decided that Pruvit wasn't for her. She walked away from Pruvit a few years ago. And like, she still communicates with me, and she'll tell you to this day, like, that was the biggest learning lesson she's ever learned, is that she stepped away from something that was bringing so much positivity into her life. And now she's surrounded herself with non-positive. And I'm like, you can come back, just not with me. You have to go find somebody else. But I hope that makes sense. I just wanted to take a second and share that. Samantha, I'm going to let you keep going. This is brilliant. This is wonderful. I think it's a great thing. And please do this activity, because I know I'm going to be doing it, because I haven't done it quite like this before.
Hello. Awesome. Thank you for that. Yes, definitely. And we'll talk about some things and strategies too, to identify what your wins and your learnings are, for sure. Let me pull this back up really quick. Okay, there we go. Okay. So after we focus on the learnings, okay, ask yourself, what is there to learn from the situation that'll allow me to let go of any limiting beliefs? That's a question that is very, very helpful. I actually keep a list of questions here as well. I had it on my wall bigger, and I read the questions so many times that now all I need to do is kind of look at this, and I already know like what I need to be asking myself. That's how the reminder, how deep it's in my brain. But you can ask yourself a couple questions like this. How can I produce more results? How can I make more money in less time? How can I accomplish more things in less time? How can I be more intentional about things in less time? What beliefs do I need to let go of in order to achieve my goals? What new beliefs must I adopt to achieve my goals? Right? Maybe you need to let go of something, maybe you need to gain something. So always think about, what do I need to let go of, or what can I gain, or what do I need to gain? And this doesn't just apply to business. This is all aspects of life: health, wellness, fitness, mindset, family, relationships. Okay. What do I need to let go of in order to achieve my goals? Both myself, like it could be a person. For me, when I first did this, there was a person. It was, who do I need to let go of? Okay. Or maybe, what expectations do I need to let go of? What do I need to become in order to achieve my goals? These are things you can really think about. What do I need to become? What do I need to step into? What mindset do I need to have? Right? Write these things down. What habits do I need to let go of or attain? What habits do I need to create for myself? What do I need to be doing to achieve my goals? You can also ask yourself, what do I have too little of? And what do I need more of? Or what do I want more of? Okay. Is what I'm doing right now in alignment or assisting me with achieving my goals? I have that printed out several places, including my refrigerator. Is what I am doing right now in alignment with what I am creating? It's a reminder for my habitual eating challenges that I have, right? So like, you can create this for yourself around anything. And the last one is, what I'm doing right now in alignment with what a billionaire would be doing, because that's what my future consists of. So if what I am doing right now is not in alignment with what my future consists of, well, then that future won't exist. So the more that you focus on where you're going, the more your body and your mind and your language and your activity and every single thing that you do will actually be in alignment and will automatically just start to create and manifest. Okay. So another thing that I like to do, and again, this could be, you could scale this to huge and you could scale this to one or two things. You can literally create this into whatever you want, right? I want you to make a list of your top wants for the year, like things that you really want to do for the year. If failure wasn't an option, if being nervous and scared wasn't a thing, like just things that you would freaking love if you had a magic wand and you could wave it and you wanted to accomplish and achieve it this year, I want you to make a list of those things. Personally, I start out with 100. And I do it that way to challenge myself. The first time I did it, it took me 3 days. I've had people on my team do this who've literally not been able to complete the 100. I've had friends and family get into arguments with me, telling me that they would be selfish for asking for those 100 things. And then there's some people, this one guy I'm working with, he literally did it in like an hour. He's like, did it, I've got 492, right? So this, for me, was an awareness of how big I'm able to dream, how big I'm able to see things, what I'm capable. I literally wrote down as one of my wants to go to space, to have a bioluminescence lake in my backyard, to be able to eat large amounts of food and not store fat. Like literally, it could be anything in the world that you want. A private jet, vacations to places, things with my family, a new computer, a new car, a new ring light. All right. I've done this every year for the last couple of years, and every single year I knock off 70% of this list following the strategies that I am sharing with you guys right now. It's proven, it's done. I check it off year round. So you can start small and start with 12 things. Maybe it's one thing a month, or you can start with 100, and then I'm going to teach you how to narrow it down. I then narrow it down to my top 12, and then I narrow it down to my top 3. And all 3 of these lists always stay in front of me. Always. No matter what. It's on I pull it up multiple times a day. It's on my phone. It's in my notes. It's printed on my wall. It's everywhere. It's accessible. I have people who actually laminate theirs. Okay. So what I want you to do, and then that's all I'm going to talk about with like numbers and lists and stuff. You know, I just wanted to throw that down at the beginning to set a solid foundation for you guys to really know what you would need to do if you want to really dig deep into this. Okay. So I want you to get as complete as possible. Thank you, Christy. I appreciate it. I want you to get as complete as possible with everything and everyone from last year before you move on to setting any goals at all. Okay. At all. And once you feel complete with your learnings and the people, and you let go of frustrations and you find everything and you feel complete with that, that's when I want you to move into setting goals for your future. Okay. And when you achieve a goal, you gain momentum. You gain momentum, right? You want to achieve, celebrate, gain your momentum, and keep going. Don't celebrate too long, but don't not celebrate. Keep the flow. It's just like a water well. You're pumping, and then you like keep pumping, and then the water starts flowing. If you start to celebrate, you're going to stop pumping, and then eventually the water is going to slow down. But if you celebrate for a second and pump and celebrate and pump and celebrate and pump, you're going to gain this momentum and this flow, and the flow is going to look like this: grow, learn, shift, grow, learn, shift, grow, learn, shift, grow, learn, shift, grow. You're going to be on this upward climb in all aspects of your life, feeling nuclear, feeling clear, in this energetic flow of like, I know what I want. I know where I'm going. I know what my goals are. I know what it takes to get there, and I'm going to do it no matter what. And I'm never going to settle for anything less. And if you feel that, drop a 1 in the chat. If you feel that, drop a 1. If you feel that you can get into this flow state and you're in a place and you're in an environment and you have people in your life and in your business that are going to support you through that, drop a 1 in the chat, because that's what we're here to help you do. Get into flow. Get into flow. Okay. So get rid of any negative psychokinetics. All right. What that is just really negative mind-body connection. Anything you think that's negative goes straight to your mind, and that's negative too. Get rid of those negative thoughts, get rid of those negative things from the past, learn from them, and move forward. 2 of my mentors ingrained this stuff in my brain a couple of years ago. One of the things is Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. I say it all the time. I actually have sticky notes at my computer. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. It's a mantra I say anytime I'm in a poor mindset, anytime I don't believe in myself, anytime I'm like, oh, shoot. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. Okay. Even like I have all of these reminders. Focus on what you want. And if you think of anything that you don't want, ask yourself, what do I want instead? These are great reminders. Smile and laugh more. Dustin said this one, I think, change your life, get healthier, build a business. I keep these things at my desk as a reminder. I've made these sticky notes so many times, they fall out like until they aren't sticky anymore, and then I remake them. Be a month ahead always. Keep this stuff in your face. Listen to your gut and take action faster. Say this stuff to yourself every day. Set new boundaries for your new healthy rhythm. This is good stuff. But my mentors ingrained this stuff in my brain, and I just do it every single year. And every day in every way, I literally just keep getting better and better. You can learn by example, or you can learn by warning, right? You can learn by example, you can learn by warning. You can learn by positive, you can learn by negative. You can learn what you do want, you can learn what you don't want. Every person, every experience, every relationship, everything was put into our life for some reason. Nothing is permanent. It's words that I live by. I might even get that tattooed on my arm one day. Nothing is permanent. Okay. Every experience, every person, and every relationship plays a role. And every day and every way, you are getting better and better. Okay. Even the most terrific moments and the most traumatic moments were put into our life for a reason. So I want you to ask yourself as well. These are some more questions that you can ask yourself. What is the purpose of this relationship? What is the person of what what is the purpose of what I am doing right now? You can ask, what is the purpose of the time that I'm spending at this moment? What is the outcome? Be intentional with what you do. When you have your list of goals, these questions become more powerful, because everything that you do is going to either be a part of or push you farther away from your goals in all aspects of life. And the mind can tell the difference between things that are real and things that are imagined. It can't tell the difference. It can't tell if you're thinking about creating your future or if the future is actually happening. So you have to have it in your mind where you're going, what you want to accomplish, what you are accomplishing, what your future looks like, and your mind will not be able to tell the difference. It will immediately take action towards that. It will immediately, your language will change, your mindset will change, your thoughts will change, your fears will change, your determination will change, your passion will change, everything will change. I promise. Once you start doing these things, you're not going to recognize your mindset or yourself or your abilities this time next year. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, look how much I did and accomplished and how powerful these methods are. It's insane. Okay. Like if you can't, at the end of this, right? The test to see if you're ready is if you can't close your eyes and get goosebumps when you're thinking about what your goals are, then you're not dreaming big enough yet. If you can't close your eyes and get goosebumps thinking about the future you're creating right now and like jump out of bed like, yes, I am so ready right now to take on the day. I am so freaking excited. Then you need to dream bigger and you need to set your goals higher and you need to get really, really, really clear with what you are doing and what you are aiming for and what you are spending your time on. Okay. Because people who are not clear or people who are not certain, they'll settle for less than what they actually want. Someone who's 100% certain of what they want and what they hope for will never actually settle for anything less than that. Okay. So make sure you're clear, and you need to know what you're aiming for. Manifestation is the act of setting the goal and also being able to visualize it precisely to the point where you believe it and you see it and you feel it and you smell it and you taste it, like Dustin said, and you close your eyes and then you get goosebumps. Like, that's the point where you actually believe it. And that's really how you manifest and you set your goals. And then, of course, taking action is the part where you decide if you are going to play a role in the manifestation process, or if you're just going to keep visualizing it and it's just going to remain a dream. Are you willing to do what it takes to make it a reality? You tell me. Are you willing to do what it takes to make these dreams and these visions and your future come true? Your unconscious mind will always follow whatever your decision is and whatever you take action for towards every day. Your language will follow, your activity will follow. As long as you're certain of what you're going after and the plan that you create to get there and the desire to make it happen, everything that you have is within you already. You have it all. Nobody on this Zoom is any different than anybody else. Okay, you have everything that you need. And I'm going to give you one more thing. You have everything except for this one thing. And I'm going to send it to Dustin. I'll turn it into an image. I'm going to share my screen really quick and then I'll pass it to you, Dustin. I know I've been talking forever, but is this helpful for you guys? Are you guys liking this? Is this helpful? Should I share this with you, or should we pass it to Dustin and skip this thingy? The one thing, give it to us. Okay. All right. I got you. All right. Ready? This is what changed my life when I heard all this and I was like, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start. I was like, I get it. It makes sense in my brain. I got goosebumps hearing it. I'm fired up. I dropped lots of ones in the chat. But like, how do I do that? Like, well, I created something. And I created something because this is just how my brain works. And I know if my brain works this way, there's got to be somebody out there whose brain also works this way. So let me start down here. Okay. So maybe you guys have, maybe you guys haven't heard of something called SMART goals. And this was the thing that helped me really simplify all of this information that was in my brain and put it into writing and be able to break it down simply. And it's very, very simple. So what SMART goal setting is the S stands for specific, like, is your goal clear? Is it as clear as it needs to be in order to accomplish it? Is it measurable? The next one's measurable. Perfect. M stands for measurable. Can you measure the goal? Will it be completed? Does it state like how many or how much or how often? It has to be like a number, like you can actually measure it and say, oh, I accomplished that 3 times or whatever. Is it attainable? Can you achieve that goal in the allotted time? Like if I'm like, I want to jump 27,000 feet by next week, that's not that attainable. I don't know if anyone can do that in the world, right? So make sure that it's attainable. And will you be able to get the support needed? I think that's one of the most important questions, whether that support be from within the team around you, your friends and family, and really identify who your support system is and your accountability and things like that. Is it relevant? Is the goal that you're working on relevant? Is it important to you? And is it in alignment with what you're wanting to accomplish, right? Anybody can set a goal, but make sure that it's in alignment with what you want to accomplish and what you wrote down on your paper. And is it timely? Is there a time on it? When will it be completed? Everything needs to have a deadline always. Like even for yourself, set deadlines for everything. Not like I'm going to accomplish this week. No, I'm going to accomplish this by this date, by this time. Set those things. I promise it makes a difference psychologically. And when you're in creation, your unconscious mind needs to have that deadline. So I made this little list and I'm going to show you the chart that you can like fill out and print out and do this literally every week. You could do it digital, you could do it in writing, and some questions to ask yourself while you're, doing this every week. The number of goals that you met last week, track the numbers of goals that you didn't meet the week before, because you're not going to accomplish 100% of them every time, and that's okay. Majority of the time I don't actually. I usually accomplish about 70%. just like my whole year, 70% every time, right? Don't beat yourself up if you don't get everything done. It's totally cool. What helped you meet your goal last week? Start thinking about like what helped you accomplish them. What got in the way? Find things like maybe it's distractions, and then go through, how can I eliminate distractions or whatever it is that held you back from achieving your goal the week before. And then ask yourself, what will you plan to do this week to support meeting your goal? Like what would you do better? So here's what the chart looks like. And at the top, what you do is basically brain dump anything that you want to accomplish this month. Okay, so you can get that from your 100 wants list. You can get that from your top 12 or your top 10 and say, this is one of those things that this year I identified I want to accomplish these things. And this month, this is that 1 or 2 or whatever, how many things I really want to focus on. I want you to brain dump that at the top of your list so you keep it in your face at all times. And it could be related to work, home life, family, relationships, self-care, health, fitness, whatever it is, but identify those things. And then pick 3 of these weekly goals or, your short-term goals, what you're going to do to accomplish them. So I gave you an example here. This is my goal. So when I pulled up this sheet to send to you guys, I had actually written in here 50K in volume. And I was like, I did that last month. And I actually made that sheet like last month. So as you see, like the goal grew. So then I changed it to 65 because that's my goal for this month, 65K in volume. So what are my 3 things? Create a non-negotiable DMO sheet for myself, like things that I'm going to do every day, non-negotiable, and what that looks like for me. I'm going to write that all out. I'm going to do 1 product live per week, 1 additional live per week on something else. I'm going to break down my DMO sheet, color coordinate it, and do all the things, right? So over here on the right, there's SMART goals. You get to check off. Is it specific? Is it measurable? Is it attainable? Is it relevant? Is it timely? You literally get to check off these things, and then you can circle at the end, was it met? Yes or no. And then when you're done, you go to the bottom and you fill out the questionnaire, and then you start a new one for the next week. You could literally create your whole future if you do this all through 2023. I promise you. I promise you, you will create whatever you want. I swear, it's crazy. It's magical, literally. It feels like it. So, did that make sense? Yes, 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 yes. I might just replay this every day. Good. I just love you too, Lynn. I love you too. Good. Yes, yes, Tyler. We use SMART goals as teacher tools. Listen, Tyler is like this magical organized. She called me yesterday and she's like, I got everything organized for the Bahamas. I have all the information. We've got this. We got a plan. Let's do it. Like, I love that. Do that for like everything in your life. Like people who you see, look at her attributes and she's like, I do SMART goals. And we've never even talked about this and she's on my team, right? So follow this. I promise you this system works. This is not just like some secret. My occupational therapist at my MS clinic is the one that actually just reintroduced SMART goals to me. And I was like, oh yeah, I learned that a couple of years ago. This is actually really good for the team, right? That's a lot. Oh no. Well, clarity creates speed. It really does. Well, if you feel like something is right now in a place where you're like, this is a lot, I'm not sure where to start or where to go, I really highly encourage you to jump on a one-on-one call with whoever it is that you're working with the most. And just take a deep breath, because it was a lot for me too. Until I actually sat down and did it, I didn't process it. I had to actually print it out and I actually had to do it in order for me to understand it. And that's how I am with everything. You can ask Cameron. She's like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, wait a minute. No, I can't. Nope. Stop it. I can't make a decision. I don't even understand. Literally, that's me until I like print it out, look at it, and I start putting it to action. I'm like, oh, this is great. I totally get it. All right, let's do it. I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong, Cameron? Even for this call, I was like, wait a minute. I don't know about the time. And what do you mean? The goal? Like, it's okay. I promise you, once you start doing it, this is like the most simple thing. Literally, even my kids were learning SMART goals in school. So like, it's so simple once you actually do it, I promise. And work with the person that you're working with. It's not something that just like absorbs overnight, but it is something that once you take action on it and you start doing it, you'll customize it and create it based on whatever works best for you. Yeah, don't tell your brain that lie. I know, I was going to say that, but you said it. Thanks. Correct your mindset. just Sam is like, Tyler is the new captain organized. Not wrong. I did say that to her. I was like, okay, Tyler's hosting our Bahamas Zoom. You're welcome, Tyler. So I love you guys. I hope this brought you value. It was on my heart, and this is literally what I'm in the midst of doing as we speak. I wish I could show you guys all my things, but then you would be really overwhelmed. But Dustin, I know you have a lot to share on creating vision, and creating vision is actually the first part of all of this. Like without the vision, you won't even know what to write down on your goals. So I'm really excited for Dustin to share with you guys everything that he knows. He's the one listen, he's the one, before I pass it, he told me one time that I did not dream big enough. And I was like, I'm appalled. That's so and he actually taught me how to dream and how to create a vision. He was one of those main people that kind of like was like, yo, you need to do this. So I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed that you did that. I'll pass it to you, Dustin.
Hey, that was amazing. Honestly, I have to go do an MRI right now, so I'm gonna have to talk later. But that was too good to stop. I'm just kidding. I got 10 minutes with you guys, and I don't need 10. I only need 6. But I want to use everybody in the chat, give Samantha some love. That was absolutely extraordinary. And this is what my suggestion. This is recorded. It'll be on my playlist channel. We'll make sure we pulse that out. Maybe we'll look up and see if we can find a good SMART goal sheet that will also smart shit goal sheet, and we'll send that out also for you guys. But I do recommend, it's simple. You can go Google it right now, print it off, and get started right there. But I wrote something down that I need to share before I'm going to give my piece here. Is I wrote down this, and it just kind of came to me why Samantha was talking was she had said that, like, if you have a bad relationship in the past, like, don't bring that to the future. You may have to grieve. I know Alex L talked about this on stage. Sometimes you have to grieve something. Maybe it's a breakup from 20 years ago, right? Are you bringing that shit? Like, listen, I use Bobby Joe, you had a health complication a year ago, right? Grieve it, let that shit go, and let's go to the future, right? So I say grieve, reflect. When you reflect, you're reflecting back on 2022 and taking your wins and taking your learning lessons so that you can set your goals for your future, set your intention for the future. And I don't know, and then you go do the actions, do the work that, do the activity that's going to help you achieve those goals. So I truly appreciate that. And SMART goals are absolutely, truly amazing. We do have an activity Zoom that's coming up in 11 minutes. So for every one of you that want to get to work, let's get to work. But before you get to work on this activity Zoom, and after I finish here, maybe the first 5 minutes of the activity Zoom is put an intention of what's the one win you want? What's that one win that you had in 2022? And what's that one thing that you learned that you can take forward and as a lesson to create in 2023? So, y'all, I have a little energy right now, and I'm gonna try to keep this tight. But how many times are you hearing that it's the cost of our product that is so hard? It's the most common obstacle I get is the cost. And I was talking with Lynn yesterday, and I'm going to pull up what she sent me. And she goes, she asked me this question. How do we help people build confidence? How do we help people build confidence? So that, because if you're more confident, you're going to get less objection on the cost. And I'm going to blow the cost out of your world. I'm going to blow it away in a few minutes. Okay. And I was like, that's a great question. How do you actually build confidence? Would you all want more confidence? Part of that confidence is knowing where you're going to go. If you're in a boat without a destination, you're lost. If you're lost, how many people are going to follow you? Does that make sense? I want everybody just to visualize yourself sitting in a boat in the ocean with no place to go. Like, you don't know where, you want to get away from where you're at, but you don't know where you're going. How many people will join you? Christopher Columbus did not land where he wanted to go. You all know that, right? He didn't actually make it his destination. But everybody joined him. Not everybody, but a lot of people joined him on a place because he had a vision and a mission and a direction of where he wanted to go. That's you setting your goals and your intention for the year. Okay. So the more that you know where you want to go, the more confident you are. The more you don't know where you're going. I just want to help a few people. Guess what? Yeah, you do, but you're not really confident in a destination. So therefore, not many people need to join you to help you with a few people. But the reality is you really want to make an extra $5,000 a month to change your family's life. Does that make sense? So when you have a goal, you got to start to believe in that goal. How do you feel when you achieve that goal? What is your life going to be like? The reality is we all want to help people, but I promise you, if you have more money and you have a bigger team, you help more people. It's just the way it works. The most wealthy people on this planet help the most people. You may not like them all the time, but that's just the truth. Okay. How do you build more confidence? Results on the product. Success is how you build more confidence. Get people started faster on the product and on the business. Success builds confidence. Now, at the same time, confidence can wave, right? If you gained some weight back, is your confidence waved? Yes. So guess what? If you are not where you are or where you want to be in your health goals, that better be one of your goals for 2023. Go kick some ass. I'm 4 days into the iFast. Y'all, I'm challenging every one of you all right now, starting Monday, do the iFast. If you don't have the kit on you, do it anyway. Do it. I'm telling you right now, if you'd have heard me last night, my wife's like, Jesus, I don't know if I want you to keep doing this. I am up here. I am completely up here. And it's just I'm going so fast that Brian, I have to have Nick Martinez is translating for me because he's like the only one that can understand Dustin when he goes crazy. For Brian to articulate what I mean by Brian. It's it's out of control. But how do you build confidence? Have success in what you want to do. Plug into the community of the overall vision of this company. So stay plugged into as many Zooms as you can. So I want everybody to have more confidence in what they're doing. But there was something that I realized when Lynn asked me this question. It took me a while to answer it. Something I realized I thought was super valuable is that why are people having a cost objection? I don't understand. Y'all, I'm going to take a second for you all. Make sure we're on speaker view. I feel like I'm a little Samantha. I don't know why. Can you guys see me? Am I in speaker view or is it Samantha's? Anyway. Spotlight for everyone. Okay, good. Sorry. Sorry, guys. So here's the deal. Why are we having such objections with our product? Why is that the limitation? Why is that in the way? And I realize it's not about the person buying the system. It's the person selling the system. It's us. That's the big obstacle, which we've said before. But then I'm on calls. Kate will contest to this. I'm on call with a lady. She might be on, she might not be on. And she's literally using a product. I didn't know what it was. So I had to Google it. And she has $2,000 worth of this stuff in her house. And I Google it, $2,000 worth of stuff. She uses it. She lost some weight for a while. She's gained it all back and she feels absolutely horrible. And then she's now joining Prove It because she's not happy. Y'all. And I'm like, I go and Google this stuff and I wouldn't give this to anybody. I would feel like it's a crime. Like I'd be a criminal to let somebody use the products that she's using that she spent thousands of dollars on to get results for a temporary time and to not actually feel good and to gain all her weight back. And I'm like, you spent how much? And people are complaining about $200 a month. $200 a month and Prove It. I'm just going to tell you, that's $10 a day to change your life forever. My cousin just called me. He's a cop. He spent $35 in the gas station in the middle of the night eating crap. And I'm like, you better not talk about cost with me, brother. I go, you spent $35. You could have drank 2 servings of our product to change your life forever. And it would have saved you money, right? So then I started thinking, I'm like, what does it cost? What do you guys think? Right now, I'm just trying to be as calm as I can because I'm super juiced on this right now. I'm literally at Epic. Y'all, I want you just to know the people that are I'm with the former chairman of NASA and advisor to NASA, one of the most smart, intelligent people I've ever met my entire life. He doesn't stand behind anything unless it's like you can take it to Mars. We literally listened to the top naturopathic doctor in the world speak. We listened to the 2 #1 formulas. Y'all, Jacob Willison and Ryan Lowry, both doctors, they work with Tony Robbins. They work with every elite athlete. They fly all over the world to see those guys, to work with those guys, because they're the best of the best of the best. Literally, Dubai, the sheiks fly them in so that they can coach them and guide them. Dr. Angela Poff, one of the leading formulators or leading educators in the entire world of keto. She's not promoting all these other little systems out there. She's promoting the #1 supplement that's ever been launched in the history of the world, ever. Y'all, this isn't little. This is huge. This is generational changing products. And I'm sitting there thinking, people think $100, $200, $300 a month is expensive. I'm like, I don't get it. How's Herbalife doing $5 billion a year? You guys want to know what it costs per month to do Herbalife? $240. It's the cheapest one. I saw Herbalife. I refuse to sell Herbalife. Refuse to sell it because I have a standard of what I put in my body. Does it work? Yeah, people get success. Is it good business? They're doing billions of dollars, but $240 a month. Could you imagine if every one of your customers were committing to $240 a month and they drank our product with our community and our education and our wisdom? Do you think how great would they be doing? Change their life forever. Change generations. I see Carrie Clark here and I think of her mom, Bonnie, like she's changed her family's trajectory of their future forever because of Prove It, not because of this other stuff. Nutrisystem, $495 a month for Nutrisystem. Jenny Craig, $840 a month. Medifast, $429 a month. Octavia, $500 a month. Y'all, I don't recommend and wouldn't recommend any of those. I've known about those for years. I didn't join them. Dr. Ford didn't join them. Ryan Lauer didn't join them. Dr. Wilson didn't join them. Angela Puff didn't join them. Like, does this make sense? Like the most elite, smart people about human optimization and getting people to change their life forever didn't join them. Our product per month is way less for them. And so my energy about this right now is we need to build certainty in each of us around the clock. And I will do this call over in different ways and shorter ways, but here we have to. Because we have the number one supplement that I've ever seen in my career that we may ever see in our lifetime that's changing lives. We don't need to add new stuff. We don't. We have it. Now, we're going to add new stuff to advance and accelerate and make it exciting. But at the end of the day, we have a plan, a program. So when you're looking at doing an iFast, I feel like I'm yelling at you guys, then iFast with 2 boxes of ketones, that's $300 or $320 a month. That's what, $32 a day. Not even that. That's $15 a day. It's $15 a day. $15 a day to change the trajectory of your entire future's family. That's not expensive. You're going to get coaching by the top. I mean, literally, I wish I could say more. I can't. But you're going to get coaching by the top. Like the coaching that goes into this, it doesn't exist anywhere else. Yo, I have a lady in the UK right now. She was a coach at another fat loss company or weight loss company that she had no success in. She uses our product and now she can't sell our product to that company. They're all, what are you doing? Well, I'm not doing our program. I'm doing their program. True story. She was in turmoil because that's where she made all of her money from, was selling a program that wasn't working for her or her clients, but ours is. And it's simpler. So certainty is the huge thing, y'all. We have it. We have the number one system, product, community. Think about the community. Think about the love and just think about what we can give people if we plug in and we work together. In 2023, we're coming together. We're coming together. We're not going to be so disjointed. We're coming together and we're going to bring a team. We're launching a team. We are the legend team in the making, meaning it's not just making one legend. Yes, I'm running the legend, but I'm bringing a hell of a lot of you with me if you want to go. We're legends in the making, and that's just where we're going to go. If you want to raise your, and legends are who you are in here. It's not the freaking thing in the back. It's who's in here. And you're going to become a legend of yourself, a legend of your family, legend of your future. We have it. It's not a cost thing. If people think it's about the cost, then they don't understand what they're competing against. They're competing against nothing else in the world that exists. Tesla wasn't competing with anybody because they created it. No, to this day, Tesla doesn't compete with this other stuff. When people go, I got my BMW. Well, here, get my Tesla. They're like, oh shit, that's not even a competition, right? So we have 10 years before somebody's going to compete with us. Let's take advantage of this. Let's take advantage of what we have. It's not expensive. Our product, people shouldn't, I'm just going to tell you, do a trial, get them interested. But people shouldn't be starting with a box of product. They should be 2 or 3 boxes. They should be doing the iFast with 2 boxes minimum, should be their starting point. And that should be what they should commit to for 2 or 3 or 4 months. You're going to change their family's freaking future. Bonnie didn't just try ketones. She changed her life. Won $10,000, out moving her body. Now it's like, it's just, all right, guys. So I do have to go to my MRI. I am excited. And if you're on here to do the action hour, I would just tell you to stay there. It's like, let's go change people's lives. We're going to build confidence. To me, the word of January 2023 is about building confidence. And I want to build your confidence as many as my confidence. My confidence are higher now than ever before. I'm actually sick and tired. I'm watching Kate Higdon. I'm watching Samantha Rose. I'm watching Cameron Moss and so many other leaders right now that haven't hit their potential yet within the back office. They are legends, but I haven't seen it yet. And we're bringing it together so that we can create legends. We are a team of not legends. We are creating legends. We are a team of legends. I guess that's the way you would say it. But it's legend in the making, and that's what we're going to be doing from here on out, and helping people live the best life they can be. And we can do that, y'all. I'll coach my ass off. So if we got to do a live with me, I'll do a live coaching. That's what I'm great at, is giving people insight and information, inspire them. That's what I'm good at. But we're going to put people in their strength zones in the 2023 to change this. This team is going to another stratosphere, and we're going to organize it a little bit. We're going to have some places, things that are going to simplify some processes, but cost and uncommitment isn't an answer for me. Not an acceptance. It's not acceptable. Like, not when I see how much, if you look at the value of these companies that I just named, and I wouldn't try any of them. I couldn't recommend them to my doctors. I couldn't recommend it to my friends. I would not do that. Yet I will stand behind this product, this company, this community all day long, as will these top influencers in the entire planet. If I could show you a list of the people that I get on calls with. The elites don't do this. They don't do these. They do this because it's the right way. It's the thing that's going to change people's life. It's what's going to change the health of our country. It's what's going to improve the metabolic health. It's what's going to change the crap that's going on. It doesn't mean that you have to follow a perfect diet. It just means you got to drink your ketones, get healthier, and start moving to better. So with that said and done, y'all, I'm going to kick it back into Samam. Actually, I got to stop the recording. I appreciate you all. The action hour is going to happen now, and whoever's doing that can take over for me so I can get out of here.
Thank you, Dustin.
Samam, take over, Samam.
I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to leave it running for people that want to do that. If they missed the action hour, they got to watch this first because it's too valuable not to.
Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, go ahead and stop it, and then